Bismillahir-Rahmanir-Rahim. All praise is for Allah, the Lord of the worlds. Today we will hear a story from the Qur'an that reminds us of faith, sacrifice, and Allah's mercy. This is the story of Ashab al-Kahf, the people of the cave. Long ago there was a town where almost everyone worshipped idols. The ruler and his people refused to believe in Allah, but among them were a group of young men. They believed firmly that there is no God but Allah, the creator of the heavens and the earth. Allah tells us in the Qur'an, "We strengthened their hearts when they stood up and said, 'Our Lord is the Lord of the heavens and the earth. We will never worship anyone besides Him.'" 1814. Imagine the courage it took to stand up for truth when everyone around them opposed it. The ruler and the people became angry. They wanted to force the young men to give up their faith, to protect their belief. They left their homes and families. They walked together until they reached a quiet cave in the mountains. There they prayed, "Our Lord, grant us mercy from you and guide us in our affair." 1810. They trusted Allah completely, even as they entered the darkness of the cave. Allah answered their prayer in a miraculous way. He made them fall into a deep, peaceful sleep. For many years, no one could harm them. The Qur'an tells us that the sun would shine into the cave at just the right angle, warming it without disturbing them. And Allah turned their bodies so they would not be harmed. You would think they were awake, though they were asleep. We turned them to the right and left, while their dog lay stretched out at the entrance. 1818. They remained asleep not just for days or years, but for centuries. Allah tells us they stayed in their cave 300 years plus 9, 1825. Then one day Allah woke them up. They looked at one another and asked, "How long have we been here?" Some said, "Perhaps a day, or part of a day." They had no idea they had slept for hundreds of years. They felt hungry, so they sent one of them to the city with silver coins to buy food. When he reached the market, he was shocked. The city had completely changed. The people were different, the buildings were different, and the coins he carried were ancient. The townspeople realized this was a miracle. Allah had shown them a great sign that He can preserve His servants and bring them back to life after many years, just as He will resurrect all people on the Day of Judgment. Dear brothers and sisters, what do we learn from the story of Ashab al-Kahf? First, faith needs courage. Even a few young men stood strong against a whole society. Second, sacrifice is part of belief. They gave up comfort and safety to protect their faith. Third, we must trust Allah. When they prayed, Allah guided them in the most amazing way. And finally, this story is a reminder of the hereafter. If Allah can keep people alive for centuries, surely He can resurrect us all after death. Allah tells us they were young men who believed in their Lord, and we increased them in guidance. 1813. The story of Ashab al-Kahf is told in Surah Al-Kahf, verses 9 to 26. The Prophet Muhammad encouraged us to recite this surah every Friday, for it brings light and protection. So let us remember their example and keep our faith strong. O Allah, keep our hearts firm upon your religion, just as you kept the hearts of the people of the cave firm. Grant us mercy, guidance, and strength to stand for truth. Subhanallah, what a reminder that Allah never forgets His servants who believe in Him. Surah Al-Kahf, verses 9 to 26, the story of faith, patience, and trust in Allah.